Morning everyone, it's Wednesday morning and I'm going to take you along with me today because I'm going on a field trip, and I'm going to call it a research field trip because this was something that I've been wanting to make for a little while, and I've decided today's the day that I'm going to go out and do my research and get my photographs, and I'm taking Wendy along with me. So I'm just drinking my cup of tea and I'm about to go and pick Wendy up. And off we're going. And it's very cold here today, but the weather forecast is good. So we're going to be outside and I hope you enjoy it. I just hope I manage to get enough good footage. So that's it. I'm finishing my tea, about to go and pick Wendy up. I'll see you when I get there. Well, we've arrived at Whitby and it's a beautiful day. The sun is shining, the sky's blue. It's cold and crisp, and this is what I've come for, to see the Endeavour, because I've been desperate to do a new cardboard ship. And the history of the Endeavour is that it was actually a coal hauling ship before that it got renamed as the Endeavour. It was actually the Earl of Pembroke first, and Whitby Museum actually has a model, and so that's what I've come to see, really, the model. But I'm down at the harbour at the moment. Have a little walk around. So we're actually going to go down onto the beach first and have a bit of beach combing, and then we're going to have some lunch, and then we're going to go to the museum and see the model of the real ship before we go home. Beautiful harbour. I really like these wire sculptures. They're all around Whitby, made out of, I think, barbed wire or chicken wire, and they're really lovely. This is a fisherwoman with a basket of crabs and fish, and I think they're really lovely. There's another view of the harbour and the bridge. It's a beautiful morning to be here. You hear the plaintive cry of the seagulls. There's lots of little streets to explore. There's Wendy walking off towards the beach. And there's the entrance to the harbour. We are down on the beach. I think the tide might be just a little bit too far in. We're going to have a walk along. Oh, it's nearly to my toes. It's lovely to see the waves rolling in. Oh, Wendy and I are going to have a look for anything we might find, but the beach looks quite empty at the moment. The waves are not too big. It's nice to see the white foam. I can wave to you. Hello everyone. There's not a soul here hardly. Oh, I'm going to have to run. The waves are coming to meet me. We've come up to the rocks where all the driftwood's been left. We're going to have a little explore. But look, there's actually a plant alive. The green shoots are growing.
Oh, there's a ready-made boat.
Where have you found Wendy?
Ready-made boat.
Ready-made boat. You can see Wendy's pleased about that.
That has to go back.
You have to take that one back?
Yeah, that's going back.
It is a ready-made boat.
Yeah.
You're right there.
A mast.
It does. Do you want to put it in my...
I brought a big bag for us.
You've got a big bag. Okay. Well, I would call that the first official find.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's so much lovely driftwood here. It's hard to choose. I'd take loads of it home if I could. All smooth. All lovely patterns on them. I'm going to look for rusty metal and some bits of rope and things. Can you see that? I'm going to go and see what that stone is there. That looks quite interesting to me. Might just be concrete, but who knows? Well, I'm here and it wasn't a rock after all. It's a lovely bit of tree stump. Look how beautiful it is. It's the most lovely colours. And it's all smoothed by the sea. I'm going to turn it over. Oh, look at that. I wish I could get that home. Oh, it's lovely. Look at the colours on it. Nice rusty colours. Oh, if I thought I could get that home, I fucking well would. But I can't. I've spied another one. Look, this one here is just lying between these two rocks. I'm going to see if it's nice. Oh my goodness, that's lovely. What a lovely shape. That's coming home in my bag. What do you think that one looks like, Wendy?
Oh, it looks like a... Oh, we've got lots of things. We've got a slug, we've got upside down
a slug
face.
There's a slug.
There's the slug with its antlers. There's a face of a squirrel and a frog, yeah.
I think it's just nice the way it is. That's going in my bag.
I'll have to look for some more of them.
The patterns on the rocks are beautiful. And the cliffs are so stripy and orangey. Oh, there's somebody walking their dog. This big rock caught my eye because of that little patch of yellow. And then I focus you in, and you see that it's the tiniest patch of lichen. How lovely. We're walking back because we don't want to get cut off. And the tide's coming in a bit. And that's our escape route there, so just going to go now. Found some lovely bits of wood though. No stones today.
Yeah, when the tide comes in, it comes fast.
Yeah.
You can see it slowly rising up the wall.
We've just been recommended to walk up here and turn left, and she said there's the best cup of tea, so that's where we're going. Wendy's already up the top. But what a lovely little tiny little lane. It's called Ellaby Lane. Up I go. And look at that lovely blue door at the end, sort of beckoning me onwards. Very narrow, all the way up to the sky. Oh, this is where we've been recommended to come for our lunch. Look how pretty it is. I'm going to go in there for a cup of tea. Well, we've had a lovely lunch and we've come out and we're just wandering these beautiful old streets. I do love the sneak peeks up these old little lanes and alleyways. It just beckons you onwards. I think that's private up there. Oh my goodness, look at the size of those cakes. They're lovely. And scones. Well, we found this beautiful building, which is an old Wesleyan Hall, 1901 it says. And the building's amazing inside. So I asked the lady whether she minded me filming, and she's asked and said it's okay. So I'm going to take you in to show you how beautiful this museum is. Go up the stairs, lovely brass handles, and just look at the Art Nouveau tiles. It's the Museum of Whitby Jet. I love these tiles. They're absolutely gorgeous. And they're old cabinets. Oh, beautifully carved. So obviously it's originally a chapel, but it's beautifully preserved.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's no problem at all. Thank you. Take care now. You too. Bye-bye.
It says this is part of the largest specimen of Whitby jet in the world. The tree trunk from which it's taken comprises of 4 sections and is 21 feet in length. I'll show you that. It says it's the Araucaria tree and is 180 million years old. Beautiful.
I think it's original pieces, yes, not facsimile, those, and the ones on the left-hand side.
These are beautiful pieces of Victorian jet. Look at that hat. Oh, of course I like the textiles. There's a lovely story here that I wanted to show you. I hope I can film this properly. I'm struggling to get this through the glass, but that man there, he's called George William Eddy Heseltine, and he was in the Green Howards. And there's a lovely story here. So it said that the sandwich box of jet was collected from the cliffs below Port Mulgrave, and it belonged to him, and he was an apprentice joiner at the builders in Runswick Bay, and he lived there with his mother and father and sister and little brother. I said he'd met his sweetheart, they were saving to get married, and he collected the jet so he could sell it and add to his savings. And it says, however, disaster struck with the announcement of the Second World War, and George went off to join the Green Howards and was shot and killed on Dunkirk beach. Left behind were his devastated family, and they kept the tin of jet for 80 years in his memory. The brooch belonged to George's mother. I don't know whether whether you can see it. There we go. And it was engraved with in memory of the death of her father when she was a little girl. It says the large brooch belonged to his sister who loved Whitby, and she died at the age of 100 and never forgot George and wished for his memory to live on with the jet that he collected. What an amazing thing. Poor Kitty. She didn't get married to George. And the beautiful Victorian necklaces. Of course they were used for mourning. And that was all down to Queen Victoria really. Oh, that's a replica of a necklace that was found in 1929 at Portalloch in Argyll in Scotland. Found in a burial mound. It also contained a flint knife, some human bones and teeth. So that's actually a replica of a Bronze Age necklace. That's amazing. Well, I think, shall we go onwards, Wendy, and see what else we can find beautiful? Yeah. It's been lovely in here, hasn't it?
Yeah, we didn't know this existed.
Full of quirky things like little rowing boat window boxes. How cute. The sea looks cold, that's for sure. Well, Wendy says we're going to climb the steps to the Abbey. And so we're going to give it a try. We're almost there. 199 steps altogether. Turn you round. You see the sea coming in. We're right up on the top. Oh, there's the boat going out. Yeah. But 2 o'clock was high tide.
It's not even 2 o'clock yet, Marion.
No, but it'll be there. Just noticed a wall sundial up there. I'll zoom in. It says, our days pass like a shadow. We're up at Whitby Abbey. And we were going to have a little look around, but we need to get back to the car. We spent so long wandering around everywhere else. This is looking inland into the little harbour. And then the whole town of Whitby going up the hill on the other side. Oh, we're here at Whitby Museum, which is in Pannet Park. I've come here particularly because I know they have some beautiful model ships, and I'm hoping that they're going to let me film inside or take photographs, but I'll just know when I ask. It's a really beautiful old-fashioned museum and it's really amazing. So I'm going to go in and ask in my nicest voice whether they'll let me do a little video.
Have you said it's 200 years old this year?
Yes, it's 200 years, it's doing its 200th anniversary. And it's a really old-fashioned museum. Well, here is the lovely model of the Endeavour, and one of the lovely kind museum staff has actually taken this from the top of one of the cabinets and brought it into the reading room so I can get a good look at it. So this is what I'm hoping I'm going to make, because the history of the Endeavour is that it started life as the Earl of Pembroke, and it was a collier, which means it was hauling coal from the northeast. And my dad was a miner, and that's why I was interested in the Earl of Pembroke in the first place. And knowing that the Earl of Pembroke got bought by the Royal Society and then got refitted and turned into the Endeavour just made me even more want to do it. So I'm not saying I'm going to be doing it straight away, but look, I'm going to try and do this in cardboard. I doubt whether I'll do all that rigging. But how lovely. Oh, as long as I take photographs of the shape of the hull, 'cause that's important. And I need to know how many sails. I might not get that amount, but I'll try my best. And I need to know just what the deck looks like so that when I'm doing my cardboard one, I can try and make it as authentic as I can. Here's the stern. Look at that. That's going to be lovely to recreate and paint up. It's a beauty. I'm going to ask the gentleman here about it. So how old is this model?
Very thin planking.
Okay.
You see, so it's actually made out of the wood.
Okay. But you do have a matchstick one as well, don't you?
We do have a matchstick one, yes.
So how old is this model?
This model, it looks a lot older than it is. It's only about 40 years old.
Well, it's still old enough. So somebody had some patience to make it. Well, this beautiful model is the collier brig Lord Nelson. And so this only has 2 masts on. But the gentleman says this is 100 years old, this model. And it's beautiful. I wish I could really impress upon you how gorgeous it is. But look, the ship, I'm surrounded by ships. And they've been very kind in saying it was okay for me to film in the museum. I'm going to take you on a little tour around in a second, just quickly. But I'm stuck on the ships at the minute. Ships after ships. And that hull is most like the Endeavour as well. That says John and Mary there. Oh, this one's HMS Victory. That's a famous ship. It says here, launched in 1765. I'll walk you around it. Beautiful. I think I'm stuck on the ships now. I think I need to go for a walk around the rest of the museum and see what I can film for you, everyone. This museum is amazing. And just look at the view down these collector cabinets. It's like some gentlemen from olden ages collections. We've got fossils, flints. So many things. Oh, old cabinets full of butterflies and moths. These are all, oh look what I've just seen, everyone. It's the garden tiger. Well, this is amazing. This is a jet and ammonite chessboard. It said it was carved in 1897. It's phenomenal. Apart from all the jet, it's got all these ammonites set into the jet board, into the chessboard. Said it was donated to the museum in 1996. I bet they were pleased to get it. Lots of ammonites and fossils. Oh wow, we've got dinosaur fossils. I think that's a plesiosaur. I'll go and have a look first. Ichthyosaurus, Platodon. Oh, that's an Ichthyosaurus as well. Wendy's just found a cabinet of miscellaneous curiosities, and just look at this. It's beautiful. It's got all sorts of things. We did see a doll's house earlier, didn't we?
Yeah.
Let's go and have a look. And I'll just keep filming these lovely cabinets as I go. This must be an old one, Wendy.
Look at the size of those rooms.
Oh, it's very dark in here, but it's all under glass.
It's lit up underneath.
Don't know whether you're going to be able to see things. It's very dark. I'll try and zoom in. There we go.
There's a light in the bottom.
It says this was made in the 1930s. Oh, something else I like. Little trains. Well, I'm afraid that was in a bit of an abrupt end at the museum. That was because my memory card was full and it's just stopped recording. But the whole point of the visit was really to do research for another ship. So this is the very first one I ever did, and I did this because I saw them on Anne Wood Handmade site. She had these cardboard ships and I thought they were just beautiful. I'd never really heard of anybody making a cardboard ship before, but I really liked it, and so I actually did that one. Following her pattern, and used handkerchiefs for the sails, the crow's nest for the crow's nest. But that's sort of as soon as I was doing that, I realised that I wanted to make a Viking ship, and so that's when I came up with my own pattern and way of doing it, and I made Skruvlavnir, which was Freya's ship, the magic ship that flew. And it's still made out of cardboard with some papier-mâché and a little bit of air-dry clay here. And the little man was made out of a stick. So all in all, I did him the Raven banner. All in all, I've been wanting to make another ship for ages. And the point was to go to Whitby so I could see the Endeavour model, and so I could get photographs and be able to actually make a start on my next ship. And that's what I'll be doing. So now that I've got those photographs, as soon as I can manage it, but I've got a few projects on at the moment, this will be coming up. I don't know how long, but maybe in the next month or so. I'll be doing the new ship. I do think Eric looks lovely there. That's what I call him. And I tried to paint it in colours that I thought it would be. Anyway, look out for that video. I was really pleased to do the woolen sails because people think the sails would be linen, but they mainly were wool. Because when wool's wet, the weave closes up more, and therefore it holds more wind, which pushed the boat faster. So that's why I made the sail out of this. It's actually thrifted wool flannel. It's very fine, really vintage stuff. And some torn up strips of wool to make the stripes. I hope you enjoyed that trip to Whitby. Wendy and I had a really lovely time, and I really love my driftwood that I brought home. That one, I think it's just such a cool shape. And this one, I think is going to be part of my display of my tree, which I haven't actually worked any more on, but we thought it looked like a bird. We're always seeing patterns and things, because sometimes you just can't help it. Like, that's definitely a lizard or a dragon. But again, it might just go on my table with a lovely pile of wood. But who could resist a Look, there's a heart. Anyway, there was so much there. There was just like, there were so many beautiful things. We wanted to bring all the big ones back that we couldn't carry, but never mind. Anyway, I hope you like that visit to Whitby. I am still sewing and I am still doing lots of things. The knitting's still being done. I'm about to start a dress that's actually I've been wanting to do for ages. I actually have a thrifted sheet that I'm going to make into a dress. And I've been wanting to do a Kawandi style skirt, which sounds a bit weird, but the drape of the Kawandis are so lovely. I kept thinking that if I just did the patchwork without any middle at all and just used that method to sew patches onto a skirt, it would make a lovely pinafore, and I do like my pinafore dresses. So that's likely to come up quite soon because I'm about to start sewing the patches onto the skirt, and I will film it so you'll see what I'm doing. And so there's just too much to say. I've been enjoying my watercolour practice too. In fact, no, I won't. I was going to show you what I've done, but I won't. It's just too much. So I'll just say thank you for visiting Marion's World. I hope you enjoyed your visit to Whitby, because Wendy and I definitely did. And I hope you watch another video and send me I always don't do this right, the like button, and subscribe to me if you want to. There's all sorts of different things going on, but a cardboard replica model of the Earl of Pembroke / the Endeavour will definitely be coming up soon. When, I don't know, but soon. Thanks for watching. Bye bye everyone.